this short video, I'm going to show you how to speed up your sequence development with some of the hidden features in SoundCheck's powerful sequence editor. The sequence editor can be opened from the Setup menu or with the Ctrl+Q keyboard shortcut. On the left side is our template library. You can drag the divider to resize it or click the divider to show or hide elements. Step templates are grouped by category, and you can click on the expansion buttons to expand or contract them. You can right-click on the category name to create new templates, or import them from other versions of SoundCheck. Existing templates can also be edited, renamed, or deleted. All sequences located in the folder of the active sequence are listed in the Sequence template group. The right side of the editor contains the active sequence. The configuration menu at the top is where you set the default behavior for when the sequence opens, starts, and runs, and set the path to any instruction files. There's also a comment field where you can enter any notes about the sequence. The sequence parameters table is used to create memorylist placeholders, which can be filled via external control using the memorylist.set TCP/IP command. Lastly, the metadata table is used to configure the sequence's metadata parameters. Expanding a step shows you what data is coming in and out of the step. Steps are added to a sequence by dragging them from the template library and dropping at the desired location. They can be configured as desired. A step, or group of steps, can be moved within a sequence using drag and drop. Now let's take a look at the features in the right-click menu. Right-clicking, Configure Step, lets you configure step logic such as looping and jumping, as well as adding breakpoints and comment lines. The Configure Script option is only active for custom steps, where the script configuration window offers access to the LabVIEW and Python options, as well as the custom step editor. Commenting lets you enter descriptive text to help others understand what's going on, step by step, and it's a very useful feature, especially when your sequences are long or complex. In this sequence, we've used comment steps to describe individual step functions and comment lines to explain where different measurements take place for a three-way loudspeaker. Insert and replace step are self-explanatory. Insert is an alternative to drag and drop, and replace replaces an existing step with a new step from the template library. Copy and paste is a new feature we introduced in SoundCheck 23. You can either use the right-click menu, or Ctrl+C, or Ctrl+V keyboard shortcuts. Remove, as the name suggests, removes or deletes the step. Rename lets you change the default name to something more descriptive. And undo lets you undo the last several actions, including inserting, removing, and editing steps. Expand Collapse All is a global command that expands and collapses all steps in the sequence. It's useful for determining where certain inputs and outputs are happening during the sequence run. We also have some powerful tools for sequence debugging and editing. Breakpoints are really useful when you're working on long or complex sequences. You can define points in the sequence where it breaks from running, then use the toolbar buttons to either advance to the next step or to the end of the section. This lets you isolate and run small parts of the sequence without having to run the entire sequence. Here, I'll add 4 breakpoints. Now I can just run the sequence to the first break by clicking Start on the toolbar. I can use this button to step through the sequence one line at a time, or this button to run to the next breakpoint, or I could just hit the abort button to end the sequence. Another useful debugging feature we recently introduced is Enable Disable Step. This is much like commenting out a line of code in a program. When the sequence runs, the disabled step will be skipped over until it is enabled again. You might, for example, disable an autosave step to avoid collecting data, or an operator message step to save time when developing a sequence. Run from here allows you to start the sequence from any point, and when you use this in conjunction with breakpoints, it can make your sequence development a lot faster. Apply is the last menu item. This simply allows you to apply the step function without having to open the step editor to click the editor's apply button. The last feature I want to show you is back over in the template library in the sequence group. I can highlight a step, or any number of steps from another sequence, and drag them right into my active sequence. This is a big time saver whenever you want to repurpose part of an existing sequence. You can even go one step further and drag the entire sequence into your existing sequence, instantly creating a subsequence. That concludes our sequence editor tips and tricks. Hopefully you learned something new, and don't forget to check out the user manual for more details.